Okay, so I've had some people ask me about these hen of the woods. I've been posting some pictures of the hen of the woods that I've been finding. Probably fresh, we've probably found close to 100 pounds or better this year during the fall, which is an incredible amount of mushrooms. Obviously, you're not going to, as a family, eat this many mushrooms fresh. So what I have here is, as you can see, is a pile of these hen of the woods or maitake mushrooms. So I was going to show you how we clean them and what we do and how we save them and how we preserve them. So there's a couple of ways. I'm going to just cut a chunk off of this one. You can see it just kind of breaks apart. So now I've got a section here, and this is a maitake mushroom. You can see the underneath side. There's no gills. It's just little pores. So these are maitake or hen of the woods mushrooms. One of the ways you can clean them is you can go ahead and you can just take them, and you know them immediately because they peel almost like a mozzarella stick, like the little kids that eat the mozzarella sticks. So a lot of times we'll just peel them like that and we'll saute them just like that. When we're putting them in the dehydrator, which is one of the ways we save them, we dehydrate them in chunks like this. We dehydrate them down until they're kind of rubbery to the touch and dry, and then we'll freeze those, and then we'll rehydrate them by steeping them in boiling water. Bring the water to a boil, we'll take the water off, we'll steep the mushrooms for about 15 to 20 minutes. They don't come back to perfectly like fresh, but they come back pretty well. A lot of what we've been doing lately is we just take this, and the way we really like to eat them is in like a lot of stews and soups and things like that. So we'll take them like this, we'll just kind of break them apart roughly, and then I'll just take a knife through them and just chop them. One of the things I love about these mushrooms is all the way, everything that isn't dirty or whatever is edible. It's all edible. The stems, the stalks, all of it. It's all, these mushrooms are all just edible flesh. They're incredibly good. So we dice them up kind of like that, kind of rough chop them. And then what we do is we put them in bags about like this. And we freeze them. Just freeze them fresh like that. Do not thaw them to cook with them. You take them from frozen, you dump them in your soup, your stew, or whatever frozen, and you cook them. Or you can saute these, just put them in some butter and do it just like that. You can also go ahead at this point and bread them, spread them out, freeze them, and if you're going to fry them. But we really like them in soups and stews. So basically you have this. This is enough for us. This is probably about a cup and a half, 2 cups. Throw it into your pot of soup, stew, whatever you want to put it into. You're golden. So I mean, they're a really great mushroom. You can collect a whole bunch of them this time of year. I really like them, and they don't go to waste. So here we've got all of our mushrooms after we worked up that pile of maitakes or hen of the woods, whatever you want to call them. One thing I didn't mention earlier that I'd like to mention: do not soak these in water. Do not get them wet. If it's dirty, whatever, clean it away, cut it away, or brush it off. Don't soak these in water. And right now they're ready to freeze just like they are. So this is what we got out of that pile of mushrooms, as you can see. A pretty good amount. This will get us through the winter and hopefully into the spring whenever the morels pop.